Hey friends, welcome back to She's At It Again. I am in my car because I'm headed over to a different kitchen than my own. I'm going to be cooking something for what's been considered day camp in the past. It's called Discovery Camp starting this year, but I cook for 4 days for young elementary kids, and there's usually about I don't know, between 50 and 60 of them. It's a lot of fun, but man, it is a lot of energy just getting ready for something like this. I have no microphone. I'm not taking it with me. I have so many supplies. Even today, I've already taken a lot of stuff over there, but I have supplies to take in a day, so I'm not carrying my microphone with me. So I hope that the audio turns out well. I hope the video turns out well because we're making a caramel sauce and you are not going to want to miss this. This is one of those things, I can't make it and leave it at my house because I just find that everything needs to be dipped in caramel when I make this. But if you grew up just buying those little square caramels, they look like little caramel cubes individually wrapped, and you take and you add milk or something to them and melt those down into caramel sauce, you are going to be pleasantly surprised, shocked, and probably addicted once you start eating these because it's so good. We are going to use these to dip organic apple slices in, but grab the pretzels, grab the chips, grab the toast, grab the ice cream, whatever suits your fancy. You're going to want to make some of this to put over that. It lasts so long in the refrigerator. It's kind of incredible. If you cook it long enough, it actually turns into caramels when it cools down. But we're not going to cook ours that long. We're not going to let it get to that soft ball stage or even a hard ball stage because we just want it to be soft enough for the sugars to melt and it to be super smooth and so delicious, and the kids are going to enjoy this. So go with us as we make some homemade caramel sauce. Okay, in the kitchen now, and I am downstairs in the basement. I don't think there's anybody else here, so when there's a noise, it kind of freaks me out. Unless I hear the elevator coming down here, then I know somebody's approaching. So we're going to be making caramel sauce. I'm going to be making a triple batch of this because we've got quite a few kids coming to Discovery Camp, but I will include the recipe in the description of the video as always, but I will just do it for one batch. So I think one batch will get you hooked. So anyway, let's get busy with this. I have my burner turned on, and let's get the camera up just a bit. I have my burner turned on, not quite to medium underneath this, and we are going to start out with 3 cups of heavy cream. To our heavy cream, we are going to add 6 cups of brown sugar. I use dark brown sugar, but if you have light brown, that's fine too, but that is a lot of brown sugar. You don't necessarily have to pack it really hard, but just get it in there and level it out. This was it was just a bag of dark brown sugar, so it's coming out to about 6 cups. This is also a good gluten-free dessert if you have somebody who has gluten sensitivity. I mean, we have some campers that are gluten-free, so this is one of those things they can just eat all they want, and it's not a big deal. As long as you don't serve pretzels or something like that with it. Serve any kind of fruit you want. Bananas are great with this too, I'm telling you. Oh, so good. We're going to go with 3/4 of a cup of honey. The original recipe called for, I believe, corn syrup with this, so of course I'm going to change it around to something that's healthier. Let's make better choices here, and corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup is not a good option for this. So 3/4 of a cup of honey. I'm going to use this same cup, which I put butter in a while ago and smoothed it around so it would release better, and the heavy cream is going to help in that matter too. Okay, I'll get a spatula and get the rest of that out in a bit. We need 3/4 of a cup of butter. So 1 stick and 1/2 stick of unsalted butter. We'll need a tablespoon of vanilla. You didn't see me sneak a little bit extra in there, did you? And we need 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. All right, that's pretty much it as far as putting ingredients in there. So we're gonna let this cook down a little bit. We're gonna let it start bubbling. Just keep it on about medium heat, and we'll come back in a bit and I'll show you what it looks like when I start stirring it up and it starts getting that really good caramel color to it. Of course, it's gonna be caramel colored anyway because it's got brown sugar in it, but when it starts getting thicker, it looks really nice. So we'll be right back. Okay, just wanted to let you see what our sauce looks like. This is a pretty big stock pot right here, as you can tell. And it's not that you need a pan this big, it's just that I'm limited because this is not the regular kitchen. Regular kitchen's upstairs, I'm in the auxiliary kitchen, and I just have to remember to bring stuff down that I need, and it's just grab a pan. So I grabbed the biggest one I could. Well, without it being a giant stock pot. So this is what our sauce looks like. You can see it's pretty liquidy right now, but after a while it'll start cooking. It'll thicken up a bit. The longer you cook it, the more apt it's going to turn into actual caramel. And if you get this up to a higher temperature, well, not necessarily a higher temperature, but cook it for longer, then you will actually be making caramels like the kind that you would unwrap in the candy section, those little cubes of caramels. The ones that I thought were good but aren't anything compared to this. So once you do this, you'll figure it out. So, okay, be back in just a minute. I'll show you what it looks like in its final stage. Okay, this is what it looks like when you can now turn the burner off. It's kind of foamy on the top. Do not let this stuff bubble up to touch your skin because it will cause a nasty burn. So we're going to turn this off. Move this off the burner and let it cool off before we can stir it. Y'all, I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. Woo. Okay, so this is our not so comprehensive video of caramel sauce. If I were at the house, I'd have some apples ready or something else ready, but I'm not gonna serve those until next week. This is my prep week, and then Discovery Camp is next week, so I don't have the apples in this room with me, or I'd probably cut one up and show you what it is like to eat one. It's really delicious. I encourage you to give this a try. I wouldn't say let kids help you make this just because of the danger of it splattering out when it starts bubbling, but I would say make this for your kids. It's so incredibly good. If you want to show up for an ice cream social with the best sauce at the whole party, make this. Yeah, make this stuff. It's so incredibly good. Again, I'll link the recipe in the description, and we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. Thanks, guys.